Welcome to day two, Tuesday of Dynasty on Long Island, featuring some of the greatest teams of this decade. This is the Sports Desk. I'm Paul Casella. The 1 p.m. game for day two saw the Braves winning the flip against the 85 Cardinals in the winner's bracket semifinal. It was a cool 52 degrees at game time, but the wind was lightly cloudy, light with partly cloudy skies. The game was being played on the main tournament field with exact Toronto dimensions. Paul decided to start Tom Glavine, and Kid Speed started Cox. In the bottom of the first, Williams leads off with a single. Boone then lines one right at Ozzie Smith. Andrew Jones then hits a soft grounder to third, and Pendleton wisely takes the out at first, advancing Williams to second. Then Jordan hits two out single to center. Paul waves Williams around. McGee makes a solid throw, but Williams beats it easily standing. After Klesko singled to left, Cox finally got out of it by striking out Chipper Jones. Looking. The Cardinals lightly threatened in the second as Clark leads off with a single. Then after Cedeno popped out to first, Coleman surprised the defense by bunting for a hit. However, Glavine put Harper and Pendleton down neatly with a fly out to center and a ground out to third, respectively, to end the inning scoreless. The Braves got to Cox in the third as Williams draws a one-out walk. Then Boone beats out the double play attempt after grounding to third. Tommy Herr made a beautiful pivot, but the replay clearly showed that Boone just beat it. Andrew Jones rewarded his teammates' hustle by hitting a double, scoring Boone from first. Then Jordan singles, and Paul decided to hold Jones at third. It paid off as Klesko singled the run in for the Braves' second run of the inning. Cox finally stopped the bleeding by striking out Lopez to end the inning. A small scare for the Braves, as in the top of the third, Tom Glavine starts holding his arm, prompting Paul to visit the mound. The cool weather wasn't helping, but he left Glavine in the game. He pitched his easy third as he struck out Cox and McGee while getting Ozzie to ground out to short. However, the top of the fourth was a different story as the cool weather wasn't helping, clearly affecting Glavine. After getting her to fly out to center, he gets Clark as he hits a rocket ground ball to third. Then Cedeno hits a line drive single to left and then a two-out walk to Coleman. Harper, the third string catcher, hits a double off the left center field wall, and both runners score easily. With the Cardinals back in the game and something clearly going on with Glavine, Paul got Mulholland up in the bullpen. Paul decided to pitch to Pendleton with the pitcher up next, not wanting to intentionally walk the go-ahead run. This paid off as Glavine gets him to roll neatly to short to end the fourth to retain the Braves' 3-2 lead. Cox started to settle down after this. He allowed a leadoff single to Chipper to start the fourth, but after striking out Weiss, his sure-handed middle two, Ozzie and Herr helped end the inning with a 4-6-3 double play against pinch hitter Simon. In the top of the fourth, Paul gets Mulholland in, and after pinch hitting for Glavine, Ozzie hits a one-out single. Highland gives him the steal sign, even though Mulholland holds runners well. His aggressiveness paid off as Ozzie gets a reasonable jump and slides in ahead of Lopez's throw. Then McGee reaches on a critical error by first baseman Klesko as he drops a low but good enough throw from Chipper Jones. Then this gives the Cardinals first and third with one out. Paul plays the defense back, hoping for a double play. Herr doesn't oblige as he hits a routine grounder to second. The Braves are able to force McGee at second, but had no chance of getting the quick-footed Herr at first. So Herr makes a good enough contact to plate Ozzie and tie the game. Herr then steals on the first pitch, a dangerous move for the Clark up, who is clutch and has extra base power. The move works, though, as Clark hits a line drive single to left. Herr gets on his horse as Kick Speed waves him around third to try to take the lead, throws right on the line, and is nail-bitingly close. Safe is the call at home. Clark also is able to move on to second on the throw. Great base running. Then Cedeno hits a single to center. Highland continues his aggression by trying to score the slow-footed Clark from second. Andrew Jones would have done that, as he gunned down Clark by several strides. The Cardinals now have a 4-3 lead going to in the bottom of the fifth. Williams had reached base to start the fifth for the first time with a single. Cox's throw wouldn't allow more than that as he struck out Boone, got Andrew Jones to ground out to short, and then struck out Jordan. The Cardinals would lightly threaten in the sixth as Harper hits his second double of the game, but stranded with no real threat. The Braves then caught fire in the bottom of the sixth as he leadoff double by Klesko and then a walk by Lopez. Kid Speed got Worrell and Horton up in the bullpen. Chipper Jones then clears the bases with a 3-run blast to give the Braves a 6-4 lead. Then Weiss hit into a double and advanced to third on a misplay by McGee. Then Paul pinch hit Lockhart for the pitcher, who promptly walked. With the bullpen ready now, Highland stayed with Cox as he found his stuff getting Williams to pop out to short. With one out, Highland played the infield in. Cox got Boone to fly out to center, but it was deep enough to allow Weiss to tag and score. Cox was clearly tiring now, so he replaced his pitcher with Worrell. He got Andrew Jones to ground out to end the inning. Paul then put Cianez in the pitch. The Giants hit him hard. After Ozzie popped up to first, McGee hit a screaming liner to left field, but Williams made a diving play for the second out. Then Herr and Clark followed with back-to-back singles. Heinlein then hit Landrum for Cedeno, but Cianez was up for the challenge as he struck out Landrum to end the seventh. The Braves scored again in the seventh as two out back-to-back doubles by Lopez and Chipper Jones scored Lopez. Coleman led off the eighth with a walk, and then the right-hander. Then with the right-hander in, Heinlein pinch hit Porter for Harper. Cianez struck out Harper looking. Then Heinlein put the Jesus in for Pendleton, and he unfortunately grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. Heinlein then brought Campbell to pitch in the eighth. He made short work of the Braves as they went 1-2-3 as a pinch hitter. Hernandez struck out, Williams struck out, and Boone flied out to left. With the Braves ahead 8-4, Paul took no chances and brought in closer John Rocker. Heinlein pinch hit Nito for the pitcher, struck out. Then Rocker got Ozzie on 3 swings. McGee kept it alive by hitting a triple to center, and then Herr went down swinging to end the game. The Braves now have moved to the winner's bracket final and have the next day off as game scheduled for May 4th. This will keep the pitchers rested. The word is on Glavine that he just had a tired shoulder, but the trainers found no injuries, so he should be fine. Normal rest going forward. The Cardinals will drop to the single loss bracket and will have to play tomorrow. They will meet the winner of the 86 Mets 27 Yankees game. Campbell only threw to 3 batters, so he should be good to go. Worrell threw 6, so he likely still has a little bit left in the tank. Stay tuned for an update on the 98 Yankees and the 62 Giants. In the game 2 for day 2, the other winner's bracket semifinal was in progress. The 1962 Giants surprised the 1927 Yankees in game 1, but were even more heavy underdogs against the high-powered 98 Yankees. Field 2 has Yankee Stadium dimensions, and the wind appeared to be blowing at around 10 miles an hour left to right. Highland started Stanford while Paul started Wells. The Yankees jumped on Stanford immediately. He allowed 6 base runners in a row as Knobloch and Jeter singled. O'Neill reached on a rare error by Willie Mays as he misjudged the wind. Then Williams and Martinez singled, and then Raines, starting left field today, doubled everybody home. The Yankees already had 5 as they looked to add more. Stanford's first out came on a long fly ball to center where that Willie Mays easily caught. Paul decided to test Willie Mays' arm by having Raines tag to third. Raines got there easily. Then Brocious hit a fly to center, and Paul decided to test his arm by having Raines tag. This time Mays was up for the task as the perfect throw arrives ahead of Raines, and Holler makes the nice tag to end the inning. With Stanford struggling and showing no stuff Kid Speed put Gaylord Perry into pitch the second. It looked like the hit parade was going to continue as David Wells helps himself by singling. Perry then found his stuff getting the next three out, helping by beautiful play by shortstop Pagan, going back on a flare into shallow left, putting out Jeter. However, the Yankees would continue to pad their lead with another run in the third after a leadoff single by Williams. Paul put the hit and run, and Martinez singled to left. Because of the great jump, Williams advanced to third on a well-executed hit and run. Raines then grounded into the 4-6-3 double play, but Williams scored from third. Then Girardi hit one into the gap, and for the second time in the tournament, William Mays made an outstanding over-the-shoulder catch and ends the inning. With the Yankees up 6-0 and cruising, the Giants finally got on the board as Mays hit a two-out double, scoring Hiller from first, and he had singled. They had a chance to get more and climb back into the game after Wells hit Felipe Alou with a pitch and then walked Kuhn. Davenport stepped to the plate with two outs and bases loaded, but Wells ended up the threat there, getting a third called strike to end the third. The Yankees bounced right into the fourth to get their lead back to 6 as they continued to hit Perry. Brocious hit a single and advanced to third as Wells allowed to swing away, hit a slow roll to first, then Knobloch walked, putting runners at first and second. Then Jeter hit a line drive single, and Paul decided to test Felipe Alou's arm by waving around Brocious. Felipe made a great throw, nailing Brocious at second. Then O'Neill singled to right, and again Paul pushed the issue. He sent Knobloch against the weak arm of Kuhn, and he scored standing. He also waved Jeter around to third. Fortunately, after walking Williams, Perry got Martinez to ground out to second. Then the Giants' bats remain mostly quiet as Wells goes into cruise control. The Yankees again threatened in the fifth with a leadoff double by Raines and a walk by Brocious. Perry was able to get two outs by getting Wells to ground out to second, and then Knobloch to short, stranding Raines at third. After 5 innings, the Yankees were looking strong with a 7-1 lead, powered by 12 hits with everyone, but Girardi having at least one hit. And he was robbed by Willie Mays earlier. Remember that. McCormick came in to pitch the sixth after Orsino had pinch hit for Perry in the fifth. He had an almost clean inning, only allowing a walk to Williams. The Giants go down cleanly in the sixth as Wells continued to pitch well, only allowing 3 hits to that point. The Yankees continued their dominance in the seventh as they get 2 more hits by a double play by the middle infielders, erased Raines on the bases. The Giants finally get to Wells in the seventh after Hall reached on an error by Knobloch. The Yankees erased the threat by turning the 6-4-3 double play against Bacan. Then Hiller walks with 2 outs. Highline then has to go to the bench, which is very weak against lefties. He decided to put Bowman, who had a 190 batting average against lefties. Bowman made the most out of his chances and launched a monster shot over the fence to get the Giants going. Unfortunately for the Giants, they would still end the inning down 4, as Wells still showed that he had plenty left, getting Mays to ground out to short. Larson is in to pitched a good 8th as he allowed a 2-out walk to O'Neill while striking out 2, including Jeter and Williams. This was the first time Williams failed to reach base all game. He was 2 for 2 with 2 walks. The Giants score again in the 8th as they start to get to Wells. After a leadoff double by Felipe Alou and then a single by Kuhn to score Alou, Paul got Rivera up in the bullpen. After getting Davenport to fly out to center, Cepeda hits a hot smash in the hole between short and third. Jeter goes into the hole and makes a beautiful play, firing to first and nipping Cepeda for the second out. Wells then gets Holler on strikes as the Yankees now go in the 9th with a comfortable 7-4 lead. Larson had to come in to pitch in the 8th for the Giants, and Heinlein stays with him for the 9th. He walks 2 batters, and Girardi gives it a ride to right, but Kuhn catches it short of the warning track. The Yankees failed to score as pinch hitter Homer Bush grounded to third. With the Yankees up 3, Wells was still looking strong, and Rivera was ready to go. The Giants had their work cut up for them with the bottom of the lineup up. The end seemed inevitable as Wells struck out Pagan, looking to start the inning. Hiller then drove a single to center. Now, with the pitcher up, Highland having no one on the bench that could hit lefties, he was forced with his best choice, lefter batter Bailey. He only hit 183 against lefties, but at least had power. Not wanting Rivera to come in and face such a weak hitting lefty, Paul decided to stay with Wells against Bailey, keeping the lefty lefty matchup. Amazingly, Bailey came through, launching one over the right field fence to bring the Giants within one. Now Paul brought Rivera into the game, only needing 2 outs. Rivera rarely blows situations like this. Willie Mays surprised him, though, driving a triple into the right center field gap. With the tying run at third, Paul decided to play the infield in, which he hates to do. With a runner at third, Rivera showed why he is so great at getting out of jams as he struck out Felipe Alou. All he needed was to get Kuhn out, and the Yankees would hold on. Kuhn came through for the Giants, though, as he drove a base hit to right field in the game. Incredibly, the Giants have made a huge comeback. Davenport then also singled. Now with runners at first and second, 2 outs, Cepeda came to the plate. He didn't start in game one and is only 1 for 4 here, but now he has a chance to play hero. He got a hold of one and hit one deep to the left. The wind was trying to hold it up for Raines went back. He went up against the wall and a valiant leap for all it was worth, but the wall sailed a foot and a half over his glove. Cepeda just gave the Giants a huge 10-7 upset victory against the Yankees. Wow. The Giants put themselves in great shape as they stay in the winner's bracket. They will play the 99 Braves in the winner's bracket final and will have a day off, allowing the pitchers to rest. The Yankees surprisingly dropped to the single loss bracket. Their pitching is still good shape. They will play the winner of the 75 Reds and 95 Dodgers game, which is still going on across town right now. We'll keep you guys updated. This is a mini from the Sports Desk. My name is Paul Casella. We'll be back soon. Thank you.